Hello everyone, welcome to another lab session. In this lab session, we are going to look at our cafe business use case. Currently, the cafe has grown, and then the team that helped in building and also maintaining the cafe application now need to specialize into their respective roles. So currently, we need to have the app developers, and we also need to have the database developers, and then create specific users to specialize in that role. So this is our current architecture. We have two instances, one for the dev and then one for production, right? We also have a database server deployed in a private subnet which serves these applications. And then there is also credentials, application credentials that are stored in the parameter store, and this EC2 instance with a role access these credentials in the parameter store. There is also an integrated development environment that is attached to the development instance. So that is our current architecture. We need to now go into the management console and then create groups and as well as users and attach policies to these groups so that everybody will have their respective access permissions to perform the actions that they need to perform, taking into consideration the principle of least privilege. So back to the management console in IAM, I'll head to user groups and then create group. So I'll have app developers as my group name, and for permissions I will grant Amazon EC2 read-only access to grant the app developers read-only access to my EC2 instances. So that means that they can either terminate, start, or reboot any EC2 instance. And I will then give them full access to the Cloud9 environment with a policy called AWS Cloud9 environment member. With this, they should be able to perform read or write actions in the Cloud9 environment. And once that is done, I'll click on create group to create the group. So once the group is created, I'll head to users and click on create user, and the username is Nikhil. I'll grant Nikhil management console access, and for password is custom. So these credentials are available in our learning sandbox, or let me see, the canvas of the ALX AWS Solutions Architect program. So if you are a student enrolled in the program, you have access to these credentials. Now we can also prompt the users to create a new password upon their first login, but we will not do that, so I'll deselect this. Click on next. I'll now add Nikhil to the app developers group. Click on next to review and now create user. Once the user is created, a screen is given to you to review the password and also download the CSV file of the login credentials or email the sign-in instructions to the user. Since I know the credentials already, I'm not going to do any of that because I'm the same person that is going to log in as the user. So what I will do is I'll copy the sign-in URL and I will return to the user list. Now while I'm still logged in here, I will need to install the cafe application. So I'll head to the Cloud9 environment and I'll open the Cloud9 integrated development environment that is on the dev cafe server. So I'll open this. So once the Cloud9 environment is open, I'll just rearrange the windows. And the next thing is to install the cafe application. So I have some few commands that I'll enter to install this application. So the first command is to download the cafe files. Once again, you can find this in your learning sandbox or your canvas, and I'll enter this to download the cafe files. Now the next command grants the user executable permission on the file that we just downloaded, so I'll enter that command as well and press enter. And the next one is to just run this script. So the file that we downloaded will now execute it. So whilst this is ongoing, I'll go ahead and then share the IDE environment with the user that I created, and the username is Nikhil, right? And I'll invite this user. So I have a security warning that says that this may put the AWS security credentials at risk, but I'm sure of who I'm sharing this environment with, so I'm okay with it. I'll press OK and then click on done. Okay, so the member has been added and the script has also completed running. So I'll end the video here, and in the next video we'll log in as Nikhil and test the access that we have for that user account. So see you in the next video.